Because I feel that women deserve to be treated like human beings. I feel like that if this was a man's issue, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
We're out today because we think it's really important to keep this issue on the table. Young women are coming out in force and saying that this is an issue that's important to them.
And this is my daughter Alva, and I'm out here on the second annual March for Choice because I believe in choice for all women, and I have a little girl for whom choice is going to be very important in latter years. And I don't want this Ireland to be the one that she's living in.
Women living in Ireland must be the fittest in Europe at this stage with all the marching we're having to do. Now, it was very important for me to be here today. For me, being pro-choice is about compassion and respect. Respect for the reproductive rights of women and the right to make decisions about their own bodies.
To decide our bodies, our lives, our right to decide. Our bodies, our lives, our right to decide. We want abortion rights. When do we want them? Now. What do we want? Abortion rights!
All right, that's a lie. You don't care if women die.
What do we want? When do we want it?
We're all here because we believe women have a right to decide. The government shouldn't be deciding for us. We don't think there should be any more shame in women who are forced to make difficult decisions.
Wales Ireland is the Association for Improvements in Maternity Services, and we feel that all women deserve a choice in every aspect of maternity care, whether it's when they're having a baby or when they find themselves pregnant unexpectedly. And we do not feel that women should have to travel to England to get safe abortion.
People ask why we set up this organisation, the Abortion Support Network, and I say that's a stupid question. The question is why in 2013, in the European Union, in the Western world, do we have to do this work? Do we have to be here on the streets of Dublin asking the Dáil, asking the people of Ireland to let women have access to safe legal abortion where they live instead of exporting?
It's about a baby who is non-viable and will not be able to live. And it's happening to couples, to families, every single week now all over Ireland. They are receiving the horrible diagnosis and they are forced to travel over to the UK. There's couples bringing their babies back in coffins in the boot of their car to be able to give them a proper burial. It's horrific, and they should have been allowed to do that here in Ireland, in their own country.
We need to show our politicians and Irish people that we want much wider access to abortion. We want a woman's right to choose. We want no woman. We want no woman to be forced to go through a pregnancy that she doesn't want.
Catholics use contraception. Catholics have abortions. Catholics work in abortion clinics. Catholics believe in choice and believe in women's autonomy. We've had enough of the A, B, C and X cases. Unless we repeal the 8th Amendment to the Constitution, there will no longer be justice for women in this country.
Our bodies ourselves, we won't let you have the run. Repeal the 8th Amendment, because now the time is come. Shout.
Abortion, and we came over here from England to support our sisters because I think it's horrific that in this day and age, 2014, women don't have their bodily autonomy.
We want choice. Hear our voice. We want choice.
And I'm up with Cork Women's Right to Choose. Basically, we believe that abortion should be free, safe and legal, and that reproductive rights are human rights.
I have a 13-year-old daughter, and I'd like to think if she needed help that she would be able to get it in her own country.
There are far too many examples of the inequality and brutality that comes from the denial of choice. But it's important we don't treat these as exceptions, because they're actually illustrations of the wider fundamental problem. Choice is an issue for every woman and man in Ireland. It's about bodily autonomy and human rights. It's about our shared values as a nation.
I've been marching for the same cause with my children. Now I'm marching with my grandchildren, and nothing has changed in this country. So I'll march again, and my kids will march, and I hope to God they're not marching with their grandchildren before we have justice.
I'm kind of sick of the church telling us what to do.
And I'm with my nana, and I'm here to support the rights of women in Ireland because we need to up our game. We need to stop living in the 17th century.
What Unite are doing is they're asking for a coalition of other unions to help them with this pro-choice campaign and make them repeal the 8th Amendment.
I believe that women should have a right to choose whether or not to be pregnant and have a child.
There was a long struggle to obtain divorce, to get contraception freed in this part of the country.
to allow abortion in any circumstances at all. I think it's just part of all that struggle.
Here today because the law is absolutely not fit for purpose. It does nothing for women, as well as restricting access and forcing women to travel. This has gone on too long and we need change.
Women have a right to choose what they want to do with their bodies, and it's not for anybody else to decide.
Our bodies, our lives, our right to decide.
Today is about acknowledging that we're all in it together. Today we need solidarity. We need everybody to understand what makes a woman vulnerable and how we can support her and fight with and for her.
The Union of Students in Ireland is proud to be a pro-choice organisation, and we are a pro-choice organisation because we believe in women's rights.
Anyone trying to ignore the reality that we all see, we know exactly what we want: real and realistic access to abortion here in Ireland.
Anti-choice psychiatrists able to deny women appropriate services because of their conscientious disruption. Well, what about our conscientious commitment to give the country the treatment and the services that it needs?